General insurance.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. A non-admitted insurer who provides unique insurance coverage that is not available from an admitted insured is called a what? I'm gonna go with surplus. I wasn't sure on this. Just screenshot that and study it. Surplus. By the way, you could click on review content and get more information on surplus.
Okay.
All of the following are marketing arrangements used by insurers except what do you think?
I think it's D.
D? C.
D.
Look at the rationale.
Reinsurance is a method used by insurers to protect against catastrophic losses. The rest are marketing arrangement.
So A, B, and D, it's all about sales and marketing. C, it's about protection. All the following will be considered an insurance transaction except
C.
Wow. I'm gonna go with B. You're getting a license, right? There's no transaction there. You just got a license to be able to sell insurance, to be able to transact. So obtaining a life license is not a transaction.
Okay.
That makes sense now, right?
Yes.
An individual applies for life insurance. 2 years ago, he suffered a head injury from an accident, so he cannot remember parts of his past, but is otherwise competent. He has also been hospitalized for drug abuse, but does not remember this when applying for insurance. The insurer issues a policy and learns about his history 1 year later. What will probably happen? 1 year later.
B.
Ooh, man.
Or that,
You know what?
or C. It could be B or C.
I'm gonna go with D. Ooh, wow. Let's read the rationale on this. In insurance, fraud is the intentional misrepresentation. Got it. He didn't remember. So it was not intentional. Got it. And it's material information. This is crucial when deciding whether or not the contract, to write a contract for the applicant. If an insurer finds that an applicant has committed fraud, it can void the contract provided that the coverage, that's what I put. This coverage is in the first 2 years. Yeah, this one's wrong. It's wrong, Serena.
Is it really?
Yes, look at the rationale. In this particular instance, the application did not commit intentional fraud. Is that what it's asking? It's not asking for fraud. It's asking, will it be void? And the answer is C. Look, the insurer issues a policy and learns. You see that? He found out. Learns on his history 1 year later. Oh, wait a minute. 2 years ago. Nope. Look at this. An individual applies for life insurance today, let's say, right? But 2 years ago he suffered, and he also was hospitalized for drug abuse, but does not remember when he applied for life insurance today. The insurer issues a policy and learns his history 1 year later. So the insurer finds out 1 year later. So the policy should be void. You see that? Because look at what it says right here on the rationale. If an insured finds that an applicant has committed fraud, it can be void the contract provided that the first 2 years. Oh, damn. Damn, this is crazy one. Because it isn't fraud because it wasn't intentional. So no, you know what? C is the right answer. My bad.
So C is the right answer?
C, yeah, because because it wasn't fraud. He literally did not remember.
Right.
So it wasn't fraud. Yeah, that's the right answer. Fraud is an intentional misrepresentation, and fraud is grounds for voiding the insurance contract. So it's not going to void because it wasn't fraud because it wasn't intentional. That's okay. Now I get it. Okay. Because an agent is using stationery with the logo of an insurance company, applicants for insurance assume that an agent is authorized to transact on behalf of the insurer. What type of agent authority does this describe? Apparent authority. Apparent authority, also known as perceived authority, not assumed authority. This is good. This is going to be on the test. There's 3 types, okay? There's implied authority right here. Let me get my thing. These are the 3 types of authority, okay? Assumed authority is bogus. They just made it up. But apparent authority is also known as perceived authority, right? Is when applicants for insurance assume that the agent. So see, this is how it's tricky. They try to trick you, right? Because the word assumed and assumed is there, but that's not a good connection to make because assumed is bogus. They just made it up. Any questions?
Nope.
So what is implied authority? What is express authority? So apparent authority is you assume that, like if you're trying to sell me life insurance, I'm going to assume that you have a life license. That's apparent authority or perceived authority. Express authority is it's in black and white. It's on writing, it's in the contract, boom, it's there. It's expressed, boom, black and white. Implied authority is not written, it's just verbally communicated. It's like, yeah, the life insurance works like this, like that, like this, like that. See, I'm talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm implying that it does. Once it's in the policy, once it's in the contract, now it's expressed, right? So it doesn't matter what I implied with my words. If it's in the contract, it is what it is, and you can't change it. Which of the following is not a characteristic of insurable risk? Which of the following is not a characteristic of insurable risk? Due to chance, the loss must be the exposure must be the large, the loss must be. B is the opposite. All 4 of them are it, but B is missing. The loss must not be catastrophic, and that's what makes it wrong. See that?
Yes.
Measurable, predictable, but not catastrophic. It's right here at the end, right here. Not catastrophic. So all 4 of these, that's right here. Just remember this right here. Those are all the characteristics of pure risk.
All right.
A lot to put in your brain. Just cram it, okay? You're not gonna need none of this once you're selling life insurance. Just cram it. Like if you're taking your test, let's say I'm scheduled to take the test on Friday, right? Today's Wednesday. What I'm gonna do today and tomorrow is study like crazy, cram all that stuff in my brain, just cram it, because it has to be fresh in my mind so that when I take the test on Friday, it's in my brain and I use it to pass the test. And then after that, you could just kind of like forget about it, you know? You don't need it anymore. Most of the stuff you don't really use on the with actual families. They don't understand this lingo. You're not gonna say tort. You're not gonna say, the standard of ethics in this life insurance policy. You're not gonna talk all sophisticated, Pure risk. Let me tell you about pure risk. You just forget it. In what way can an agent demonstrate a high standard of ethics? High standard of ethics. Setting and meeting monthly production goals, recommending qualified retirement plans to each client, putting the client's bet. Oop, there it is. The
D.
best answer is D. See that? Just sticks out. It's ethical to always do what's right for the client. An insurance organization that does not issue insurance policies but provides a meeting place for underwriters to conduct business is known as
D.
marketplace, the capital stock company, Lloyd fraternity. Dang, it could be D. I'm gonna go with B. Oof, we're both wrong. Lloyd's Association. A Lloyd's Association itself does not issue insurance policies or provide insurance protection. Lloyd's Association provides a meeting facility for the individual underwriters to conduct the business of insurance. Okay, now I know. Now you know. In a court-ordered payment for a loss that was not covered by the policy in a policy, even if it was clearly worded, it would be an example of which legal concept?
C.
That for a loss that was not covered in the policy, even if it was, dang, reasonable expectation on forfeit, cease or desist. I don't think a cease or desist. Indemnity, reason. Oh, I'm gonna go with reasonable expectation. Interesting.
Which one did you go with?
I went with A, indemnity.
Okay, and I said C. So the answer is B.
The answer is B, reasonable expectation. If because of adverse advertising or sales literature or statements by an agent, an insured could reasonably expect the coverage. The court has held that the insured must provide that coverage. Okay, reasonable expectation. Not all losses are insurable, and there are certain requirements that must be met before a risk is a proper subject for insurance. These requirements include all the following except. So it's basically talking about pure risk again. What are the characteristics of pure risk? The loss produced by the risk must be definite? Yes. The loss must be intentional? No. Can be intentional. The loss must not be catastrophic? Yes. There must be sufficient number of homogeneous, the law of large numbers. Yeah. So the answer is B here based on process of elimination. You see that?
Yes.
The loss must not be intentional. What method do insurers use to protect themselves against catastrophic losses? Remember this one? I'll let you answer this one.
D.
Yeah. Yeah. Reinsurance, catastrophic losses. Nice. Good job. The reduction, decrease, or disappearance of value of the person or property insured in a policy by peril insured against is known as What do you think?
D.
Wow, you got it right. Good job. Loss is the reduction, decrease, disappearance of, yeah, hey, that makes perfect sense now. Good job. Courts will interpret any ambiguity in an insurance contract through arbitration based on the prudent person rule in favor of the insured, in favor of the insurer.
C.
Yes. Yes, they'll always protect the client. Courts will always protect the client. Well, you know, that's what should happen. An insurance producer who by contract is bound to write insurance for only one company is classified as one company.
C.
A captive
Oh,
agent.
it's A. I was looking at that too.
But you know what? In the test, they interchange captive and exclusive agent. Okay, so just be careful with that. Captive and exclusive, same thing on the test.
Got it. Okay.
An insurance company receives an application with some information missing and issues the policy anyways. What is this called?
B.
C, waiver. They
Man.
basically issued the policy. They said, you know what? We're still going to issue it, so we'll waive that question. We don't need it anyways to issue the policy. Yeah. All right. We are done. We are done. Let me. Hey, was that video helpful for you? Well, if you want to get more videos just like that, click on the link in the description of this video, and I'm going to send you some more content that is not public, that is more private, that is going to for sure help you on passing your life insurance exam.